Hello everyone, my name is Nagura and today I have another recap for you for Sauercrowd. I know it has been a long time, I'm sorry. I'm gonna recap everything that happened in a short version. So, let's talk about the big news that happened in Sauercrowd ever since the last update. It has been like 2 weeks or so, I'm sorry. I'm gonna make sure that the next recaps are gonna be more frequent, like 1 or 2 times a week for sure. But yeah, anyway, so the big news ever since the last update was that there was some town hall meetings too. One thing that they changed is that the rested experience is now allowed for everyone, all the way up to level 60, which I think is a good decision because especially people that die on high level, rested experience is going to help them to get back to 60. Also, the idea behind not allowing rested experience was for people to really like experience World of Warcraft how it was in, like back then. And I think that kind of happened now, right? Like the time that we had without rested kind of like showed people how WoW can be. And now with rested, people are going to be faster, but they still got that experience already. So I think it's a good decision. Then we have 2 members of the week that were nominated and decided on. So we had Repas, who is a mage who had been putting portals from Booty Bay to Stormwind ever since he was like level 40. Every single time that there's a world buff going on. So that's amazing. And he got that member of the week. Then the next week it was Maxime, who is a blacksmith and who has been creating stuff for everyone in the guild and has been putting in effort to level his character, which he's doing very slowly. He's playing full tank and pulling him ups one by one and taking a long time. So while he's taking a long time leveling, he also is creating all of this other stuff for people and helping them out, which is nice. And both of these people were humans, by the way, and suggested by me. So just saying. Then there's also a cool little thing that they decided. So Twitch contacted them, the leadership, and they gave them front page slots. So the members of the week can now get a front page slot, which I think is very cool. All right, then a clip of the week is a new thing that was supposed to be there from the start of the event, but it didn't quite work out with the tech stuff, I don't know. But now there's going to be a clip of the week that people can vote on, not just people from Sauercrowd, but also viewers in the community. So you can go on to the website, sauercrowd.gg, and you click on Abstimmen for a clip of the week, and you can just see all the clips, and then just click whatever you think is the clip of the week and go for it. Then we were talking about guild main tanks for Molten Core. And the leadership basically said that we can just talk to them if we want to be considered as a main tank, and then they'll decide on it. They kind of want main tanks to probably be not super experienced. They generally want people that raid Molten Core not to be super experienced, which I think is a really cool idea. Like they basically just want these newcomers to see the raid for the first time and to experience the raid without them being carried by somebody or a bunch of people. So I really, really like that idea. I asked as well if I could be considered as a main tank on my paladin. I know that it's not ideal and it's difficult. But yeah, I asked Head of Blood and he basically immediately said no. And then I said, but, you know, like maybe if you take some time to like investigate it and maybe I can prove him wrong. Because there have been paladin tanks that have tanked in hardcore too. Is Sulgurb and Molten Core, obviously not as like a main tank, but as an off tank. So I was just wondering if it's like somehow possible. Like there's possibilities with bobs and dummies and whatever to you know do some aggro swapping. It is possible. You can also create a lot of aggro in raids with greater blessings. It's actually pretty good. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I probably won't be able to tank, but it will be fun. So then we have a date for Molten Core. So Molten Core was announced to be on the 15th of February, which would be like 2 weeks from now. A little bit over 2 weeks. The reason why they set this date is because people wanted like something to look forward to and something to work towards. They did clearly state that this date is just like something to like, you know, aim for. But it's very possible that we're going to have to move this date forward because we just might not have enough people that are ready for Molten Core. Not only do you have to be level 60, but you also have to be ready with your gear and with your consumables. The consumables in particular are very, very hard to farm if you play Guild Found. So yeah, we'll see if this is going to happen. I personally will be level 60 by then and probably ready as well. But yeah, there's a lot more people that we need. So we'll see how that is going to work out. I'm excited that we have a date though, because I do think it's like some motivation for people to push and to go forward. The one downside is that people think they might not be able to make it in time and then just give up. But since it's just like a date that is not set in stone, people might still be able to contribute and help the guild. Even if they're not raiding Molten Core, they can still help out the guild by leveling and just farming consumables and whatever. Then there's a little bit of a drama in the leadership. So there's a big wipe or like catastrophe in UBRS where a bunch of level 60 players died. And as that happened, it was a little bit of like an uproar, and people were like, oh my God, what are we going to do? We're not going to get enough level 60s for the raid. And there's a little bit of a like emergency meeting between the leaders, Papaplatte, Madge, and Hand of Blood. And people thought, or people heard from this meeting, that potentially Papaplatte is not super motivated to be able to do this anymore. Like that's kind of what people heard, seemingly. He never really said that, but the way he spoke in the meeting, the way he kind of wanted to rush things and like set a date for the raid or whatever, some people thought that he might not be super motivated to continue the event anymore. Then Madge died on really high level. He died level 58, I believe, because of some, like he was PvP flagged and was scared to die super quickly, so he ran into, whatever, I talked about this the last time. But Madge basically said on stream that if he would die a second time on his second warrior, that he would not level again and he would play TBC. And as a leader, to say something like this on stream is obviously very discouraging to the other members. He then officially apologized in the guild town hall meeting and said that he was just very emotional from his high level death, and that he just kind of said that, you know, he's not really used to being in such a role as he's in right now, and that everything he says does matter and affect people. So he just didn't really think it through when he said it, and it kind of happened. But he did say that even if he dies again, he will also immediately come back and level his character again. He's not going to play TBC. He's going to fully commit to this event. And the leadership, everyone made sure that the event is going to happen and it's going to continue, and no one has to worry. Then another small little drama happened with Papaplatte as he died with level 60. He died as a level 60 priest. He got he actually got one shot by an et in a dungeon, and now the problem was, oh my God, Papaplatte is not really super motivated anymore, and now he died with level 60. What's going to happen? And now he's going to go on vacation. So Papaplatte had planned a vacation to go skiing for 2 weeks, and that's why, you know, he wanted to be level 60 and then go skiing afterwards. But now that he died a few days before his holiday, people were like, oh my God, what is going to happen? Now they started the big boost of Papaplatte. So he's now playing a mage, and he's just doing the AoE farm boost, where basically he's tagging a bunch of mobs, getting them down to 50% or 49%, and then other people are finishing the mobs off for him. And he leveled so quickly. And then people are also farming these Schläuche, these items that you can turn in for a quest repeatedly to get a lot of experience, and everyone's kind of helping him farm that to make sure he can get up to level 60 very quickly, which is very cool to see that everyone is helping out. And speaking of boosting characters, it is actually allowed. It was never banned in Sauercrowd to boost other players, and by boosting I mean helping them by tagging mobs and stuff like that. That is all allowed, just within the guild though. Outside people can obviously not help you because it's a guild found event. All right, then let's quickly talk about the high-level deaths. So we had the UBRS catastrophe where Vlesk died, Toro died, Tekex died, and Kimu died. 4 level 60s died in that event. It was they jumped down from a bridge, wanted to do a skip. They accidentally pulled a bunch of mobs, and they called to go out. And some people just didn't make it out, unfortunately. So that was a catastrophe. They all are leveling again, which is great. And they're definitely going to make it to 60 again, and they're going to stand in Molten Core, I have no doubt. Then we had Chef Strobel, who died with level 60 as he was trying to solo the barkeeper in BRD, and unfortunately just died while doing so. Then we had a little bit of a love story / drama going on with Grubby and Junie Cats. So Junie and Grabby, they played together and leveled together. And Junie had already died once previously, as Grabby was AoE farming on his mage, and Junie was helping him out, and Junie died, and Grabby was like blaming himself for her death. Then Junie leveled again and was close to Grabby's level, but she was still kind of low. She was level 42, and he convinced her to come Silverac, because she's a healer and you can be low level as a healer. But then they were done with the dungeon, and they needed some more like small, like they need these like small neutral kind of ads that drop quest items. And then Grabby went in and pulled quite a lot on his mage, and Junie got like heal aggro and didn't realize like super quickly, and was kind of standing in like a little bit of a bad spot, and she died super fast, did not manage to react. And then Grabby blamed himself so much that he basically killed Junie again, that he also like killed his own character, and he actually left the event, and you could tell that he was very like upset about it. Like it really like bothered him that this happened. And honestly, it was so sad. And Junie was also just incredibly sad that Grabby did what he did. And the whole thing was just horrible. Junie's still playing, but yeah, Grabby definitely is out. He hasn't been creating another character. He just feels so bad about it all. Then we had a small little drama. Well, it's actually not a small little drama. It's a big drama, as Gucci and Lost Kitten died. Yes, they died. We were playing Uldaman. It was Gucci, Lost Kitten, Be Pissed, which is a priest that we had never played before. And wait, so it was Gucci, Lost Kitten, Jen, Be Pissed, and I. And the problem was we were in Uldaman, and there's this one boss is like this like construct boss, and there's these dwarves that stand left and right of the boss. And we did not know that these dwarves are linked because they are very far away from each other. So Naguchi like charged in and pulled the left dwarves, and the right dwarves were linked, walked towards us and walked through the boss, and then social aggro the boss, which wouldn't be a problem with only the dwarves. But we also had 2 more stone golems, or 1 more, I'm not sure. But either way, we had more stone golems, and the stone golems, they do an AoE knockdown. And we were not aware of this, or at least I wasn't aware of this. I knew that the boss is doing a silence and then like these cyclones, but I wasn't really aware of the knockdown from the golems. So we had pulled all of this. We kept getting knocked down. We couldn't do anything. Jen couldn't heal. So Gucci goes down, and we call to run. We call to use Light of a Loon. The problem is we don't have Hearthstone ready, or some of us don't. Jen managed to Loon plus Hearthstone immediately, which was a great decision. Then the rest of us, Be Pissed, Lost Kitten and I, we did not have Hearthstone. So I leave the group, Be Pissed leaves the group. We run around. I had a Loon. I used a Loon to make sure I don't die immediately. Then we were just like running around in different directions to make sure that the mobs are kind of like spread out. And I managed to live for a minute before I got ported out because I left the group. Be Pissed also managed to get ported out after a minute and also walked like a different direction. And then the problem was Lost Kitten did not think of leaving the group in a moment. And I was too like stressed to call it out, and nobody else had called it either. So Lost Kitten unfortunately didn't leave the group, or she did, but like way too late, as Hand of Blood has seen like the catastrophe, and he was so nice to join the Discord and tell her calmly to leave the group. But at that point, it was just unfortunately too late because I had ported out and Be Pissed had ported out, and then all of the mobs that we had aggro from, they ran to Lost Kitten, and she didn't know where the exit is, and she was kind of like lost. And then, unfortunately, she died as well. Bad news. Good news. Gucci and Lost Kitten are a dream team. Like those two fit so well together. Gucci, of course, an experienced retail player, in case you don't know. He does high level and plus in retail, and he's the nicest guy ever. He's the nicest guy. He's very experienced. He's very good at the game. And then Lost Kitten, we know Lost Kitten is literally the nicest human being I know in the world. but she's a little bit scared of things, right? She's very hesitant to do things and like scared. But Gucci is like the perfect counterpart, because Gucci like reassures her all the time and explains things to her very calmly, very patiently. And they leveled so quickly now. They're leveling with Vested Experience, and I think they're all the way up to like 34, 35 now already, after they had died around level like 40. So that is amazing. All right, then we had a really high level death from Justin Tinder date, unfortunately. We had the Papaplatte level 60 death. We had Nicholas, who died with level 58, who plays ultra hardcore. I'm so sad about that. And Nicholas also, unfortunately, is not going to continue because of the time that he would take for him to get back up. But yeah, he died with 58 because he pulled him up. There was a rare mob and he didn't realize. He thought it's just a normal mob, and he ended up dying. With ultra hardcore, things like this can happen. But the fact that he managed to get all the way up to 58 is honestly incredible, and he's incredibly nice. So huge shout out to Nicholas to make it all the way to 58. Then Hanky died with level 60 as he was farming these items that I talked about earlier, where you can help people boost to 60 because it's a repeatable quest that you can turn in if you have these items. Now, Hanky was a warrior and he farmed these low-level mobs. They were like level 40. And he wasn't really thinking about it because, he has been farming these things forever and ever and ever. And he was like brain AFK, basically farming these things. As he dropped low, and he didn't really realize that he was dropping so low. And then he realized that his HP is low, but he was already like below 10%. And because he only realized so late, he panicked and he misclicked one of the engineering bombs that also damaged yourself. And then he just kind of like killed himself, unfortunately, by clicking these bombs. That was one of the most horrible deaths, to be honest, as a level 60, because it was so... Like, you tell that he's just not... Like, he's kind of just, like, doing autopilot. Like, he was just not looking at his HP because he was low-level mobs, and... Oh, it's horrible. Alright, then we had another high level that we had Radlerauge, who died 54 with while AoE farming, unfortunately. And we had Origin, who died 58 as well, a warrior. Just seeing those high-level deaths now, it's point of the event is just heartbreaking. Then I want to give some more Sauercrowd Brights update about myself, about Jen, about Lost Kitten as well. So, as for me, I am level 50 now, which is amazing. I'm still a bit slow, but there's a lot of things going on, and I'm playing with others and helping others out and whatever. And I have to manage the human bank as well, which is a lot of work. And so yeah, I'm just chilling. I'm gonna make it to 60 for sure. In time for Molten core, so shouldn't be a problem. All right, then I am playing just, with Vested Experience. I'm doing dungeons whenever I can, and yeah, I'm having a good time. I did also get invited to a LAN, so I was in Cologne at the SK gaming facility, and I met a bunch of other Sauercrowd players and German streamers. I met Feli, I met Jappa and Emmo. Yeah, Jappa, Emmo, Minus Elf, and Jonesman. All right, I was really happy to meet Jonesman, since obviously I played with him a lot. He's so nice. Like, all of them are so incredibly sweet in real life. I also did a short little IRL stream where they Germanified me. Like, they basically introduced me to the German culture, and I was wearing a German hat and a German flag and whatever. And I was going around Cologne experiencing the German culture. I ate a Döner, which was delicious, by the way, much more delicious than anything I'd eaten in Italy before. So that's nice. And yeah, that was really, really cool. There's also an update I uploaded on my YouTube channel already that is about me I'm gonna try and stream in German for the future. If you have not seen that video and you care about the language that my channel and my content is going to be in, then I recommend you go and watch that video that is on my YouTube channel, where I'm explaining why I'm switching to German and all that kind of stuff, and the future of the YouTube channel and stuff like that as well. So definitely go and check that out. And yeah, Lost Kitten is already back up to, she said she's not going to level again if she dies again, but she does. And I think Gucci is really a big reason why she's leveling again, and that they are just a dream team. I'm super, super happy that they found each other, that they're leveling together. It's really, really cool. Then when it comes to Jen, Jen is now also level 50, I believe. She is, she's taking it a little bit slower now. She doesn't need to rush it anymore. since we know the date, then she's gonna be able to make it anyway. She is doing some dungeons with me still, with us, and she's leveling here and there. And then she's also done some RP again. Jen is big in like role-playing games and streams, which I think is very cool to watch. Like I watch her stream sometimes. It's very interesting. I definitely kind of want to try this myself once. I'm not sure if I'm going to be good at it. Probably not, but I still want to try. Anyway, so she's doing RP again, which is cool. And she's also doing, so she's juggling between RP and hardcore WoW. She also is currently working on her studio. So like she's got a big studio that she rented or bought, I'm not sure. And they're like renovating it. So lots of work there. So lots of construction work. So that's cool. She has a lot to do, a lot on her plate. And yeah, that's basically the update for now. I will make sure to give you another recap as soon as possible. Let me see, it's Thursday right now. I'm probably going to give you another recap after Sunday. So either on Monday, probably on Monday or Tuesday. So I'm going to wait for the town hall meeting and for the events, and then I can give you the recaps on the big news and stuff like that, all right? Thank you so much for watching. Sorry for not giving you recaps in a while. I hope this covered most of the things that happened, and I appreciate you following as always. Remember to subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet for more videos like this, and check out my stream over twitch.tv/Nagura, and I appreciate you. Have a nice rest of your day, and goodbye!